Okay, awesome guys. Welcome to our team call, United We Thrive. My name is Kelly Hoover. I am hosting the call tonight, and also Sarah Cole will be hopping on and sharing some of her amazing wisdom. So super excited to be on tonight. And you guys, if this is your first time ever on Zoom, just know that there is a chat feature, whether you're on your computer, it's down below. Or either to your right, or if you're on your phone, you can sort of swipe and you can have a conversation. Definitely please utilize that with questions, comments, congratulating people. And I want you guys to go post underneath the team call if you did self-care. That is one of the things that tonight, doing self-care, I'm trying to read exactly what it is. If you did a self-care today, then you are getting entered to win a $100 Visa, I think it is. A fun giveaway. Sorry, $100 visas for something else. We're just giving away all kind of stuff. So go and post underneath there so we'll know who all was entered, and just share what you did. Like Beth's beautiful hair, seeing that she had a blowout. If you've got an amazing mask on right now, take a picture of yourself and put it on there. So I love seeing all of it. So tonight, you guys, we have a few announcements, and then we are going to dive in a little bit about onboarding and how we help our newest team members reach success. And then also talk about how to share your story in the most effective way to be able to communicate. That's something that we all should be doing multiple times a day. And when you really can perfect storytelling and really be able to share your story and how it can impact someone else, then it really can be a game changer for you. So I also want to take a moment and just welcome all of our guests. If you are a guest tonight, we are super excited that you are here. We are excited that you have joined us to be a fly on the wall, or maybe you are a new team member. So we want to make sure that we recognize that you are here and that you feel comfortable. All right, so a few announcements before we get started into the content is every single Thursday, starting tomorrow, every person who has purchased a Thrive Palooza, which is our annual conference ticket, is going to have a random selected winner. So every Thursday, Blair's going to go and she will look at everyone who has purchased a ticket, and one person every Thursday is going to win. So just a moment, you may be saying, what is Thrive Palooza? Like, what is it? Should I go? It's our one time a year training that we do as a company. You guys, it is in Dallas. I know if you have been before, chat put in the comments or the chat feature about the most exciting thing that you have done. It has been so fun, you guys. Really being able to see so many people. We all get to see each other. You learn some great things. There are huge announcements. Last year, they actually had where our CBD skincare launched, and they had estheticians in there teaching us and educating us. It was just so incredibly fun. And it's just a great place to get atmosphere, the energy. There's always huge announcements. There's always a great party and Friday night. So you got to be there. You got to go get your ticket. Sometimes people say, what's the difference between VIP and the regular ticket? From what I know, every year it looks a little different. The VIP, you sit closer, right? There's a limited number. You do get to sit closer. And last year, Amber helped me out. I think that we got to go into the skincare a little earlier, and you get a party. So you can look at the tickets, and it costs more, but you can look at the tickets and see the difference. So I think that it's incredibly worth it if I like to be at the front. I'm a front row kind of girl. So all right, so make sure that you do that. Make sure if you haven't purchased your ticket and you want to get in on the giveaway, make it happen tonight, because she'll be pulling it tomorrow. And second announcement is double, triple commission. This is so exciting for every single person. The fact that our company rewards us for helping other people get their business started with double commission and triple commission. So make sure that if you don't know what I'm talking about, you go to our team page, check out the video from yesterday that Blair did talking about that. you don't understand how it works, definitely get with your closest leader and sort of let them help explain it. It is something that we do on a regular basis, so you'll definitely want to go for it. And so I want you to chat right now and let me know if you're going for it. Are you going for doubles? Are you going for triples? Maybe some of you have already earned it, which you're a super rock star if you have. All right, so the next one is the next announcement before we dive in is the fan page story contest. Hopefully you guys have seen that. I know Erica was recently featured with her incredible story, so shout out to you, girl. But making sure that the fan page story contest, she's going to extend it. Blair's going to extend it until Saturday. All right, so Saturday. So make sure that you get yourself on the fan page. All the information is on there. So that's it. That's all the announcements. Anybody else have anything? I'm not even sure what all leaders are on, but if you have anything that you need to share. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. We got it all. Usually Blair will have it all covered. So, all right. So we're going to dive into onboarding and we're going to dive into sharing our story. But first, you guys, this is something those of you who who know me or have seen me talk at the beginning of a month on these leadership calls, I am all about the numbers. Amber and I both work this way, and it's so fun to break things down. So I broke some things down for you guys if you are going for a new rank. Now, a lot of times people say February, it's the shortest month, although I know it's leap year, so we have that extra day this year. But you have, it's a short month, but you guys, this month is a month that people break. It's when Amber broke 200K. It's when I broke 200K. I'm pretty sure Nancy maybe broke during that time. A lot of rank breaks happen in the month of February. So I don't want you to feel, thinking like it's a short month. This isn't the month I'm going to go for a new rank, because you absolutely should. So one of my favorite ways to break it down, if you are tracking your progress through each day, is looking at a daily average. So if you are going for 4K, then you would want to average $138 of online orders per day. Okay, so you can kind of see where you're at. If you're going for 4K, you can take $138 times it by 5 days. And are you there? Are you ahead? Are you behind? Where do you need to sort of go? 12K, it's $414. 40K, it's a $1379. Nancy, did you say something? No. Okay, and 80K, it's $2759. So, and then let me calculate 200K, because I did not write that one down. So basically, you guys, it's pretty simple math. You just take the total number of volume that you want divided by the number of days of the month, and then you get your average. So 200K, it is 6,896 average to reach that. So it's kind of cool. You can track it. I love to sort of like track the progress. And I know today we had several fun calls about new 4Ks going for 12K and what does that look like. So make sure it's the beginning of the month. You've got plenty of time to crush whatever goal you want to this month. So I'm going to toss it over to Sarah. And one of the reasons I really wanted Sarah to hop on and share a little bit about onboarding is because when we were in Orlando, the retreat just about a month ago, I can't believe it's already been, her and I were roommates, and we had an opportunity to sort of talk about this. And I wanted her, there's a lot of people that weren't able to attend, or maybe you've joined our team since then, and I wanted you guys to hear a little bit about how she onboards. So Sarah, I'll toss it over to you.
Hi guys, can you hear me okay?
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. So hi everyone. And if anyone here is a guest and checking out our team trainings, welcome. I had the opportunity to check out one of these team trainings when I was looking into this company, and I absolutely loved how transparent, how we open them up to everybody and are just very open about how we help each other, and support one another. So onboarding, would it be helpful to you guys if I showed our onboarding document? for you guys to check out, I can do that. So I was just going to basically share my top 3 tips for it. And I think one of the things that you can do is really just familiarize yourself with it too. We still have the onboarding bot where, you know, you can subscribe to the messenger and you can get for 14 days a new action to do. But we since then have simplified the onboarding process as well, because what I've been learning more and more is the simpler it is, the more you can get into action. Because really this business, I do anesthesia by trade. It's backwards from anything I've ever done. In anesthesia, you practice, you learn everything, you study, and then maybe you have your hands on the patient and you're actually doing your job. This, you jump right in. You fail forward. The quicker you can jump right in and get going, the quicker you're going to learn how to do this. And for somebody with my personality, I really had to figure that out. I own and realized, well, you know, if I really want to do this, I need to jump in and just go for it. You know, we don't have lives in our hands, so we need to just go. So the onboarding here, let me pull it up really quick so I can show you guys. I can do a share screen. Let me see if this will work. Okay, can you guys see it? Okay. Okay, perfect. So this is on our onboarding. And basically, it's just broken out into 5 units. So I'm going to kind of cruise through this. I have a sponsor onboarding checklist here. And it's very simple. It's startpromotingthrive.com. So literally, if you just type in startpromotingthrive.com, it's going to take you right there. So it's pretty easy to just memorize. You can save the link on your phone somewhere as well. And the first thing we have everyone start out with is our automated launch events. This has been absolutely a key component of me building my business. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, my launch event was not successful. I actually didn't get a customer for mine, but here's the thing, is I learned how to do it. I planted a lot of seeds and I kept going. I didn't let that hold myself back. I hit every single bonus you could hit too. And I also learned how to do it. By doing it myself, I was able to learn it so that I was able to teach it to my team so that they can do it. And I can also set them up for my customers so that they can thrive for free too. You have your sponsor onboarding checklist here. So once you're a sponsor, you can refer back to this. Unit 1 is the launch event, and we have all the links right in there to do the launch event. And also, your sponsor should be setting up your first one for you. Or you guys, if you haven't done this before, jump in and check it out, or reach out to one of us. We can add you to one we've already done. And basically, we have we explain the launch event here, and we have links to schedule the live stream. Okay, so our live streams are all pre-recorded. And there's a handful of us that have recorded videos for it. So you can have, Blair has an amazing one. Eric has done an amazing one. I did one with the GI doctor that joined our team, and Terry was amazing. She put the 2 videos together. So the one that I did is actually 20 minutes long, but most of them are about 15 minutes or less. And then there's a document, PDF on here on how to, so here's where you schedule the live stream part. This is how you schedule it. And then here's the PDF with all the posts. It's done. You can schedule them out ahead of time. So it takes you step by step on how to do it. But also once you set it up for the first time for your new person, they have a template and they see how it's done. So they could just copy and paste, and save all the graphics to their phone. And it's super simple that way. Okay. So that's our first step for everybody. We recommend doing it within the first 48 hours of joining. The reason I say this is when you say, oh, let's plan it for 5 days from now, we have 14 days. We want to get those bonuses, those VIP bonuses. We have the graphic right here for that to explain it. If you wait 5 days, most likely your new person is going to wait those 5 days and probably start inviting the day before. Let's be honest. We're all busy. So I like to do it really quickly because really it's more about the follow-up afterwards and the interaction with everybody, making sure no one has questions and getting to closing them as customers and promoters. So that's unit 1. Unit 2, we start talking about generating leads, curiosity posts, genuine ways to reach out to people, and just the basic system we go through for, a 3-minute video about the products. Here's some examples of curiosity posts. um, setting up a free account for them, and then leading to the 3-way chat. I'm not going to go through each detail on this because you guys can read through this too. Unit 3 is all about following up, getting yourself organized. And then Unit 4 is all our information about our team Zoom etiquette on our messenger thread. So we don't have too many messages going back and forth, so it's still a useful tool. And when we have our team trainings, and even just the link to this onboarding training right now, all of that is in Unit 4. Unit 5 is a great one. It's all about, it's like the elevator pitch, but just basically how to genuinely share your business when you're out and about. That was what I got a lot of questions on, is how do you do that? And how do you, like if somebody asks about your DFT out and about, having something prepared ahead of time so you know what to say. So there's some great ideas there. And then Blair did an awesome welcome video for everybody too, to welcome them to the team. So that is that. My other tips for it too, keep it simple and be their cheerleader. You know, show them how grateful you are for them and how awesome they are. A lot of times people join this business because in their jobs, maybe as a mom, maybe just a mom of their dog, whatever, they feel underappreciated sometimes, you know, and I just really love our team culture where we really pour into one another. We give each other shout outs when you're doing a good job. Things like that, like just that encouragement for them can really help so much, because that's really what I remember Kristen did for me, and Blair and Beth. It really was just a huge game changer for me as well. And also my third big tip with onboarding too is keep it simple for them. A lot of times, especially when you're learning, people tend to complicate things and they don't think they know what they're doing, or they're like, wait, what do I do next? A lot of times I'll say, like, you know, go check out the onboarding again. Like make sure that they can kind of see it's a simple system that they can go back and follow, and just keep going. Because it's literally, I mean, that is how I grew quickly, was just literally sticking to the system. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know a single price. I didn't know a single ingredient in the product. Well, I knew some of that because I was like really crazy about researching that, but for the most part, you really don't need to know any of that right away, or stress out about that. I really just link them up with Kristen in a 3-way chat, your sponsor, you know, and that's really how I learned. And once I saw how she interacted, the resources she provided, graphics that she provided, and how simplified she kept it too, I got my own confidence to be able to do it as well, you know? So that's all I got for you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah. I love that, you guys. And if you yourself have not been through startpromotingthrive.com, I would encourage you to do it. I would encourage you to have your own you know, party yourself so you can see the process of it. Another thing that is not in there that will be getting added hopefully in the next few weeks, but a lot of you guys who have been on our corporate calls or were here with Paul's training in Charlotte 2 weeks ago, it's all about the Thrive Experience calls. And so that's another option if, you know, and you can do both, right? You can do an experience call and you can do, you know, the Facebook party. You can do both, the launch event, or you can do one. I always say the more opportunity to share what the product is doing for you, the better. And so getting on a Thrive Experience call, I mean, they can be, we just did one earlier, it was 12 minutes. We really got to, you know, make a powerful stories. And sometimes people don't necessarily, you know, it's easier for them to dial in and listen while they're doing things. So know that that is available to you as well as Facebook Live videos, introducing your experience to your market. So those are some awesome things. Just so much support as far as you know, ways to make sure that you reach success and your new team members reach success. So all right, so we're going to jump right in to the stories, and I would love to know from you guys, if you'll type in the chat, I'd love to know how confident you feel at sharing your own story. Do you feel like you know exactly what you're saying all the time? Do you feel that your story changes every time you share it? And there is no right answer. I just would love to know, to be able to give you guys some help and some tips on that, where you guys are with your stories. So one of the things that is a really good success tip on sharing your stories is to focus on common ground. Focus on the common ground with the audience. You hear so many times, know who you're speaking to, right? So know what that person is. What are they about? And if you don't know, ask questions, right? But know the common ground. I'm not going to speak to someone about how much more patience I have with my children if they don't have children. It doesn't mean anything, right? They cannot relate to that. So that is a tip, is knowing what your common ground is. So also really realizing why you're sharing your story. Okay, you're not sharing your story for somebody to buy your product. You're not sharing your story because that's what you were told you were doing. Why are you sharing your story? You're sharing your story to impact that person's life. You're sharing your story to make changes and to be able to help someone feel better throughout their day. So really keeping that in mind and having that conversation from a service standpoint, really being able to feel that person's pain points and be able to help that person. And really think about that in the message that you're delivering, serving it. Yes, sometimes talk too much. I love that. I'm reading your stuff. Yes. So I'm going to give you guys a few tips that will really help you with that. Okay. The biggest thing is to know who you're speaking to and to keep those points. So the first really, first step, I should say, is really determining who you're speaking to. So if you're taking notes, that is the first thing that you should always do, is determine who you're speaking to. Step one, who is it you're going to be sharing your story with? Who is it that is, in the audience, if you're sharing on a call, who's dialing in? Knowing that, and here's the thing, it may be a mixed audience, right? It may be an audience that you're speaking to some moms, some non-moms, some dads, some retired people, some young people. But there is a common ground there. There is a common pain point. So knowing who you are speaking to. The second step is really crafting what I like to call your billboard statement. Okay. A lot of people have probably heard me use this analogy before, but I really like it, thinking about your billboard. So I'm going to give you an analogy, and I want you to think about you driving down the same interstate near your house over and over. It's an interstate that you drive 5 days a week. Okay. There's billboards all over that interstate. You probably don't notice most of them, right? But let's say there's a billboard for this new restaurant, and it's this great steakhouse. Okay. You don't really pay that much attention to it. It's something you see all the time. Okay. That is very similar to your Facebook page. Okay. People are on there, they're seeing you post, but they're not really paying attention. All right. Now, if you move it, and let's say that you have a friend, let's say Sarah called me, or Sarah sent me a message and said, Kelly, I just went to have the most amazing steak at this, ABC steakhouse. It was so incredible. I know you guys love to eat steak. You like to go out and spend time with your husband, eating dinner. I know your birthday's coming up, which it is. It's tomorrow. So she would tell me that, right? And I was like, oh, okay. I've never heard of it. Right? I guarantee you within the next week or two, as I'm driving down that same interstate with the billboard, I'm now going to start to notice that billboard, right? All because she simply shared her experience with me. Okay. And that is what your story is for other people. It needs to be a billboard. And so what is your billboard? What are you saying when you are sharing your story? What is your quote? And so if you really think about that, because the thing is that steak, it's probably talking about, it's not talking about, how great their sides are or how beautiful the atmosphere is. It's talking about one thing, how good their steak is, right? And that's specifically what Sarah reached out to me and said, the steak is amazing, right? So you've got to figure out what that billboard. So what is the billboard? It can be one thing, you guys. It can be energy. It can be patience. It can be weight loss. It can be mood support. But really, what is your sort of go-to, your billboard? And for me, it's three things. And it may not be all three things when I'm sharing my story, because the person I'm speaking to may not be able to relate with patience for their kids, or may not be able to relate with sleep. And I know that because I'm asking questions, because I want to know specifically how to serve that person better. So you have these billboards, right? And it may be 2 or 3. I usually say try to love on 3 of the best things that have impacted you the most. The longer you're on the product, you guys, you're going to be able to share 10, 15, 20 things that this product has done for you. But the reality is people don't care about all of that. They can't imagine feeling that different. Okay, but they can imagine 1 or 2, maybe 3 things changing. So you've got to, the third step is to truly pick your story. Pick which part of your story. Now that you know the audience, now you know your common ground, what you have that person, you've got to find that specific thing that can relate to them. All right, what is that billboard that can absolutely relate to them? And that is really, truly how you can craft it. That is how you can craft your complete story about it. So, for example, asking questions, if someone is, you're messaging with someone, you're talking with someone, someone has you on a 3-way call to share your story, find out a little bit about what that person wants. A question that I will commonly ask is, what are your top 3 health things that you want to change? Like, if you could change 3 things that you would feel better waking up every single day, what are they? All right, you specifically know at that point how you can help them, right? Is the Thrive experience, which DFT, how can you help them? You know that. And if your story can relate, and most likely you're going to find at least one thing on common ground and you can relate to that. But here's another tip, you guys. Once you dive in, step number 4 is not just talking about what it did, okay? It's about the benefit, okay? So in pharma, Amber will laugh, it was all about features and benefits. Here's the feature, I sleep better. The benefit is I have more patience now. I am well rested, so my skin looks better. My eyes aren't as tired. There's so many benefits. So you've got your feature, what the product did for you, that common ground product, the common ground pain point, and then what is the benefit now that that is no longer in your life? Does that make sense? Good. Okay. So that is really, I'm going to look at some of your messages here to see if anybody, yeah, your face is frozen. You guys are hilarious. I can't believe y'all have kept the mask on that long. You guys are troopers, man. So there's a lot of comments, so I'm not sure I'll be able to read them all, you guys, but definitely keeping it simple. And I would practice over and over again until you perfect it. And it's going to be better every single time that you practice, and share it. If you don't feel confident sharing your story, I want you to challenge yourself between now and next Wednesday night to share your story at least 3 to 5 times with someone new every single day. Okay, now here's where you can really challenge yourself. If you feel like you are like, Kelly, I got this, I'm really good at my story. Like, I know what this product did for me, and I know. Then share it. Share one thing, one billboard, one pain point in a 60-second voice clip or less on Messenger. Okay, because you're getting to that. You're impacting. People can't see themselves 3 months from now, 1 year from now, 4 years from now. They can't. They want to feel better today. They want to feel better this weekend. Next week, when summer rolls around, they want to feel more confident in their clothes. They don't care about a year from now. They want today. So you've got to relate your story to what happened today. You'll hear a lot of people who've been thriving for a long time. You'll hear a lot of them talk about their first 30 days. It is very rare that people talk beyond that. Usually it's the first 10 days, day 1, day 3, day 10. You've heard Paul say a ton. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that you guys will be encouraged and to share your story more. If you feel like you need to write it out, I wrote out my story a ton, especially if you're on Thrive Experience calls or you're sharing it. Write it out until it becomes something that you can flow and you can really have that common ground and you can give someone a feature, but really paint the picture of the benefit and just say, the words are so powerful. Imagine if your life was. And that is the thing. Like, I can confidently say to someone, imagine if you slept through the night great every single evening. Imagine if at 9 o'clock at night you still had the energy to talk to your spouse. That is a life-changing experience, right? That is the benefit of sleeping good. So you guys, thank you everyone for jumping on. I know we want to be aware of everybody's time. We did record it. And I thank you to all of our guests for hopping on. Please reach out to the person who invited you to be on the call tonight. We are so excited for you. And thanks everybody for hopping on. Thanks, Sarah, so much for sharing. Thanks everybody for showing up with your self-care. And we will see you very soon. Good night, guys.